Howdy friends, SteveDepoe here for the Rose Realty Team. Hey, this week's real estate vlog, financial decisions you should know or make before buying a home. Let's get into it. So step one is to get pre-approved for a mortgage. This is important for two reasons. First, you know how much you can afford. We've worked together, we've talked to a broker, and we all understand how much you can afford and what type of house you should be looking for in terms of financial, in terms of what level. This is important so we don't waste our time, we don't waste the seller's time, we don't waste your time. So that's sort of number one. Number two, if there were multiple offers on the table for a particular house and you're one of those offers and you've been pre-approved, you're going to get the edge on the offer because the seller's not going to want to mess around with somebody who hasn't already been pre-approved, and you're going to get the financial edge there. Second, calculate all the housing related costs that you'll have. So we're talking about not only the mortgage, but we're talking about the insurance, HOA, electricity, water, etc. Most of the time, sellers will have that type of information that they can share with you, but calculate your budget. So you'll know once you move into the house whether you're going to be stretched thin and eating ramen noodles for 2 years, or whether you're going to have that space in your budget, that little bit of gap, in order to maybe afford some furniture. So calculating your full budget is going to become real important. Third, determine how to split costs. Now, for a married couple, this isn't that big a deal. A lot of times, even today, both salaries go into a pot, and paying the bills comes out of that pot of money. Not easy peasy, no worries. But sometimes when people get together and they're not quite married, they're dating, maybe they're engaged, something like that, it's important to understand what the split's going to be. Now, a lot of times, one person makes substantially more money than the other one. Or we're going to split the bills 60-40, 70-30. It's important to understand that going in, so that number one, if one of the two people in the relationship makes substantially more, they don't feel like they're being taken advantage of, and second, that the person who maybe makes a little bit less or less than the other person doesn't feel like, wow, I'm stretched thin here because I'm paying half the cable bill or half the electricity bill or half the HOA bill. So that's important to get that split of who pays what up front. And lastly, create a contingency plan if the relationship ends. I can't tell you how many situations we've seen and heard of where a dating couple or a couple who's engaged goes in, buys the first house before they're married. Buying a house can be a very stressful situation. So sometimes, unfortunately, things come to an end, right? I can't stand your face anymore. And so you split up. It's important to talk about. It's almost like talking about a will, right? It's kind of creepy, but suppose we split up, who's going to get what? Not only furniture and stuff, but are we just gonna dump the house? Are we just gonna sell the house? Or is one of the two going to say, hey, I really want the house, you can buy me out, and for how much? So it's important to talk about those financial decisions should there be a split in the relationship up front. Now, I appreciate you listening. I hope you got something out of this. I need a favor from you. Please go to our Facebook page, the Rose Realty Team, or homelifestyle.expert, and like our team page. We really would appreciate that. Also, if you could, go to YouTube and like us and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's Do Real Estate Texas. That's Let's-Do-Real Estate-Texas. You see it right there. What happened with our YouTube channel is we kind of changed it. We changed it over to that Let's Do Real Estate Texas. We lost all our subscribers, and unfortunately we can't carry them over. So we're asking our friends to like us, or rather to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Doesn't cost any money, and you will get updates about when we update the site, when we add new content, those kinds of things. And you can share that with friends. This is SteveDepoe for the Rose Realty Team. I'm going to bounce.